Well, now come on in, sugar. Set yourself down. Let Granny pour you a steady cup tonight. This one ain't sweet, it's reflective. Because some hauntings don't come from chains rattling in the dark. Some come from things we built ourselves and buried without saying goodbye. Tonight we're heading to Georgia, to a lake that sparkles in the sun, but carries a heavy shadow underneath. This is the story of Lake Lanier. Back in 1946, Congress approved the construction of Beaufort Dam on the Chattahoochee River. The purpose, flood control, water supply for Atlanta, hydroelectric power, recreation. On paper, it made sense. By the early 1950s, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began acquiring land, thousands of acres, across Hall, Forsyth, Dawson, Gwinnett, and Lumpkin counties. Farms, forests, homes. Entire communities were marked for submersion. In 1956, when Beaufort Dam was completed, the water began to rise. It didn't stop. Within a few years, over 38,000 acres were swallowed. One of the places lost was a historically black community called Oscarville in Forsyth County. Families were displaced, churches dismantled, homes either moved or left to the water. The displacement happened during a time of racial violence and tension, and many say that part of the story was never fully acknowledged. Cemeteries were supposed to be relocated, but sugar, it's widely believed not all graves were found. Some were unmarked, some undocumented. And when water covers something, it doesn't erase it, it just hides it. Divers have reported seeing foundations under the surface, old road, fences, debris fields. When the water level drops during drought years, you can sometimes see the past poking up through the surface. A staircase leading nowhere, chunks of concrete, remnants of what used to be front porches and yards. Imagine swimming over rooftops, boating across churchyards. That'll give you a chill quicker than any ghost stories. Since its creation, Lake Lanier has been the site of over 700 reported deaths, drownings, boating accidents, mysterious disappearances. Now, some of that sugar can be explained by the lake's hazards. The underwater terrain is treacherous. Submerged trees, debris, sudden drop-offs. But when numbers stack up like that, people start whispering. They say the lake is cursed, that it never rested easy. One of the most talked about legends is the story of Delia Parker Young and Susie Roberts. In 1958, the two women disappeared after a night out. Rumors of a car accident near the lake. Years later, a car was discovered submerged, with the remains inside. Locals tell stories of a ghost lady walking along bridges near the lake at night. Some say she's missing her hands. Some say she's searching for something lost. Whether legend grew around tragedy or tragedy grew around legend, no one can say for sure. But her story lingers like mist on the water. Now here's the truth, sugar. Lake Lanier is beautiful, clear water, sunsets that'll steal your breath, families fishing and laughing along the shore. But underneath that surface, there are entire towns, forgotten roads, displaced families, stories that weren't given space to heal. And water has a way of holding memory. Some hauntings come from rage, some from unfinished business, and some come from grief that was never properly acknowledged. Lake Lanier isn't just haunted by spirit sugar, it's haunted by history, by displacement, by loss, by lives uprooted and covered over too quickly. If you visit, show respect, don't mock, don't tempt, because when you float above that water, you're floating above somebody's front yard, somebody's church, somebody's final resting place. And not all echoes stay silent forever. Thank you for sitting with Granny tonight. Come back next time. I'll have a kettle warm and another story ready from a place for beauty and sorrow share the same shoreline. You have a good night now.